fundamentals of our economy are strong.
It was his first formal news conference since April, and President Bush laced it with words of reassurance. He said despite a deepening housing slump, troubled mortgage giants Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are not going under. And despite another bank failure, Americans should take a deep breath and not worry about their money.
I think the system basically is sound. I truly do. And I understand there's a lot of nervousness.
Bush says there's still no recession, and some economic indicators are still up.
I believe there's a lot of positive things for our economy. But I will tell you, it's not growing the way it should, and I'm sorry people are paying as high gasoline prices as they are.
However, on Capitol Hill, Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke took a less rosy view.
The economy continues to face numerous difficulties, including ongoing strains in financial markets, declining house prices, a softening labor market, and rising prices of oil, food, and some other commodities.
His worries include inflation running at its fastest clip in 27 years and the subprime meltdown causing banks to stop lending.
My concerns have turned less on the solvency of these institutions and more on their ability to extend the credit that our economy needs to keep growing.
Underscoring the worry, GM announced it's slashing truck production, laying off salaried workers and borrowing up to $3 billion. And its stock hit a 54-year low. Even an otherwise upbeat president declined to venture a guess as to when all this turmoil might end. Asked if he foresees an upturn on his watch, Bush replied, "I'm not an economist, I'm an optimist." Mark Smith, The Associated Press, the White House.
David.
Mr. President, I want to get your thoughts about the volatility in the financial markets, but specifically a series of questions. Do you think that housing prices will continue to fall? Do you think that the inability of people to borrow money the way they used to is going to spill over into the economy generally? And what are you prepared to do about it? And specifically, are you considering some kind of government bailout for people who might lose their homes?
David, what I focus on are the fundamentals of our economy. My belief is that fundamentals of our economy are strong. I mentioned some of them before. Job creation is strong. Real after-tax wages are on the rise. Inflation is low. Interestingly enough, the global economy is strong, which has enabled us to gain more exports, which helped the second quarter growth numbers to be robust at 3.4%. Another factor one that's got to look at is the amount of liquidity in the system. In other words, is there enough liquidity to enable markets to be able to correct? And I'm told there is enough liquidity in the system to enable markets to correct. The word bailout, I'm not exactly sure what you mean. If you mean direct grants to homeowners, the answer would be no, I don't support that.
What's going on in the housing market? Is it a correction or a crisis in your view?
The different scenarios that I had been briefed on about whether or not there would be a precipitous decline in housing or whether it would be what one would call a soft landing, and it appeared at this point in time that it looks we're headed for a soft landing, and that's what the facts say. This is a pivotal moment for America's economy. Problems that originated in the credit markets and first showed up in the area of subprime mortgages have spread throughout our financial system. This has led to an erosion of confidence that has frozen many financial transactions, including loans to consumers and to businesses seeking to expand and create jobs. As a result, we must act now to protect our nation's economic health from serious risk. There will be ample opportunity to debate the origins of this problem. Now is the time to solve it. In our nation's history, there have been moments that require us to come together across party lines to address major challenges. This is such a moment. Last night, Secretary Paulson and Chairman Bernanke and Chairman Cox met with congressional leaders of both parties, and they had a very good meeting. I appreciate the willingness of congressional leaders to confront this situation head-on. Our system of free enterprise rests on the conviction that the federal government should interfere in the marketplace only when necessary. Given the precarious state of today's financial markets and their vital importance to the daily lives of the American people, government intervention is not only warranted, it is essential. In recent weeks, the federal government has taken a series of measures to help promote stability in the overall economy. To avoid severe disruptions in the financial markets and to support home financing, we took action to address the situation at Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. The Federal Reserve also acted to prevent the disorderly liquidation of the insurance company AIG. America's economy is facing unprecedented challenges, and we are responding with unprecedented action. Secretary Paulson, Chairman Bernanke, and Chairman Cox have briefed leaders on Capitol Hill on the urgent need for Congress to pass legislation approving the federal government's purchase of illiquid assets, such as troubled mortgages, from banks and other financial institutions. The word bailout, I'm not exactly sure what you mean. If you mean direct grants to homeowners, the answer would be no, I don't support. Further stress on our financial markets would cause massive job losses, and the fundamentals of our economy are strong. I mentioned some of them before. Job creation is strong. This is no time for partisanship. We must join to move urgently needed legislation as quickly as possible. Thank you very much. And the fundamentals of our economy are strong. I mentioned some of them before. Job creation is strong.